Hello. I do not know if you have caught the beginning of this or not, but I've decided to extend today's recording of the Daily Dharma just quickly so that you don't need to click in if you haven't already. We were talking about the Earth's Hum video by another YouTuber and how that inspired today's channeling. It was conversations with Gaia, and this to me seems to be talking about our ability to channel, to be a medium for Mother Earth and for each other, and connectivity with other individuals at a distance, telepathy, or spontaneous feelings in our body related to these other individuals. I hope that you enjoy nature in the background here. We've got quite a symphony of voices going on, and also a little bit of scenery if the camera will focus in from time to time. It seems to be related to how close I get to the camera from time to time. But let's do an extended. I'll tell you the cards here. We had a lot in the pre-shuffles coming out about the way that we use our energies to nest within the frequency of Mother Earth and how imperceptible it generally is for us. There was a lot about our ability to self-diagnose and self-heal on the energetic levels rather than relying upon masking medical or medicines or addictive patterns or comfort seeking behavior. But then there's also this Mother Gaia being the love, the great lover of our experience, and the ability for us to tap into our magical channel. Our ability to harness our own magic has to do not only with feeling connected with that Mother Earth, but also with feeling worthy and capable of creating love for ourselves by seeking out. It was the ability to pursue our desires and passions versus being shut down to the impulses that want to work through our body, and our ability to pursue bliss, love in our lives, having that open and available heart chakra seems to be coming through with a greater message. I almost didn't want to do an extended, but it's coming out for reasons. Somebody's looking for it and asking for it. Splitting the shamanic deck, it's a nice little combo there, especially for what we're talking about with that magician's sword. Confidence in your magic. Number 37 is also on the deck here with the realization card. I didn't tell you everything that came out. We had a lot of pre-shuffle cards, as I said, but what I'm looking at is romantic love, realization, which is 37, Gaia, 28, root chakra, number 1, the way that we root and connect and nest into the earth itself, communication on all levels, both with the ethers and with our body and with other individuals and places and things, the energies and how they interact with our own divine chemistry and how we can alter that and work with that with magic, number 31. So confidence in your magic with 41, the Moon Maiden, new beginnings. I'm looking at communication is 14 and this is 41. So new beginnings. Look at how she's rising up through the veil of the oceans and coming above the surface under this enormous full moon. It's almost like the moon energy is prominent in your life. Moon gazing. I know that we're going into eclipse season right now, but at that full moon or on a clear night, if you have any place that you can go to take in the sky, it might be an incredible opportunity for you to find that peace and resonance. We were talking about it just being in nature, but even taking it in visually can really help. And it, to me, is tapping into something incredible. It's like rising up almost out of the body. like an astral out-of-body experience, astral travel experience, perhaps lucid dreaming experience, where this moon is giving a lot of energy, a lot of messages coming through that dreamscape. And having confidence in our magic might have something to do with something that we've been dreaming about in our lives. And let's talk about our ability as a visionary to envision the future that we want, and that manifestation that comes through the visualization process, that visionary process. We can meditate or speculate or free write about our highest ideals and dreams, and in that way that is like a lucid dream. The more that we can envision the textures, the appeal, the feeling of being in the space or in the relationship that we are trying to generate, and keeping it as simple as feels incredible without being specific enough that it invites in any kind of doubt. Kind of hearing some law of attraction, Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks synergy channelings that may be helpful for you if you haven't taken those in, or if that sounds like something that would be right up your alley. Check those out. They may help you to break through this next layer. We have lightning and many paths. The many paths came out when we were talking about communication on multi-levels, and how it's also, if you look at the layers of the heart, the 7 layers of the heart, each fiber layer, the muscle strands are going in a different orientation, creating that muscle fiber strength. And it's something about the filaments within the channels of communication that we're able to tap into in those higher levels, where insight and intuition can come through, in that eureka realization, that double epiphany energy, where it's like, oh, and look at that inside of that ball of blue light. It's like that magician's sword, confidence in our magic. And I'm seeing the communication with Mother Gaia here, that magical communication with Mother Gaia, enlightening our romance in the moment. It's like by putting ourselves in that idealized dreamer's state, we can really activate our life and send out those electrical currents of influence. And we talked about how gravity, I think, was defined by Dan Winter. I think this is the way it goes. Gravity equals acceleration of charge. And in that first video, we're talking about how the acceleration of charge is somewhat equal to the Earth's hum, influencing things such as blood pressure, which is oxygenated blood, or air and water, masculine, feminine. It's like the ability to harness our communication to bring all different types of elements and factors into the self, integrating the process and creating that critical mass, that gravitational force field energy, that charge frequency that magnetizes abundance back in. That law of attraction is definitely magnetic. And then we start to influence in the electrified, passionate, inspired, desire pursuing individual. And the many paths was similar to the different orientation of communication styles and personalities. Pause one moment to call my dog. All right, another pause for the cause. We have the pooch. Stay here. Sit. Sit. Stay. Stay here. Thank you for your patience. So I think that that's good. Let's the child here coming out with lightning. Yeah, and the child shown with the moon in the background. I don't know if a child is part of your personal circumstance right now, some type of manifestation, or if it's talking about your internal child and your connection with the moon cycles from an early age, something from an early age. I was talking about in the first video something about my ability to be healthy from an early age and to not give sickness very much leverage in my life. And I don't mean to trigger anybody. Not everybody has that luxury. And some of us have some different factors, genetics or otherwise, or environmental. But it seems like there's something for you that is coming to the forefront. And this time here, oh, what is this? It seems like the Eye of the Needle card, where there's this portal opening up, and the physical body here is casting a shadow, but the shadow looks nothing like the individual. It's as though they're entering the dreamscape, and in that portal that opens between this so called reality and the multiversal layers of the meditation or the vision quest, this sweat lodge is the, what is it, the emanation of the force life force, yeah, the force of the light encapsulated within the body, sitting within that light of divine grace. I believe that's what it is. Have you ever had, some of us have, some of us have not, those extreme situations? It's almost like a near death experience, in that the level of bliss that is able to be generated through meditation and synchronicity, and or synchronization of your biorhythms with all that is, that creates this extreme acceptance, extreme neutrality, bliss state. And that is the most powerful place to transact your manifestations, not from when you're feeling sad and low. So, this is the precursor for feeling low. We need to bask in the light and the love of Mother Earth, God, Source, Universe, whatever you believe, the light and love of what is beyond. Oh, I just keep wanting to take it in, and I'm seeing that lightning is right below the child and unmarked trail revelation. Yeah, uncharted territory, but revelation and realization are here for a reason. So I'll get just a few cards here. I wanted to bring something else in for us today, so let's see what wants to come out. Dragon's Horde protecting the future keeps coming out. This year is the year of the dragon, and we're protecting our body and protecting the future manifestation by believing in itself, by recognizing the resources, and by leveraging the resourcefulness of our alchemy to contribute, or to be constructive or deconstructive as is necessary to create that luck and right timing with fortune's wheel. Now, isn't that gorgeous? So what I'm getting off of this is, it's like, okay, remember that sweat lodge here? This is, I'm going to turn this upside down a little bit. See that light on this card here? To me, it's like there's this sphere. It's almost twisting and turning, and I don't know what those things are called, where it looks like a two interlocking circles with then the arrow that goes through it. Is that like a gyroscope or something? And it seems to be like they're turning at different intervals around each other and in different opposing directions, which is, it's kind of going back to that quantum video, but in the interest of time, um, the counter spin here, and then that portal opening, it's like this entrance here, it's like the hypnosis, something about hypnosis as well. That state that we're able to subdue and sublimate both ego and the conscious resistant mind, and to drop into those lower states. What is it, delta and theta? I cannot remember. I haven't studied that in a long time. But it's like this unique combination, and when when we dip into those realms here in the bliss state, it's the eye of the needle here, where we're in that insulating the conduit of the channel, where we can literally call in our destiny. It's the right timing. It's like in one of those movies where they are going into the old um, tomb or something, and it's got all those traps and obstacles and resistance, and it's like the navigation of our life is kind of similar. We can feel twisted and wrung out, stressed out, strung out, and this luck and right timing is the the ability to move into that space and see what it all is meaning for us. Here we get whale song resonating. I love that. I think I'm going to leave these cards here for the moment. I'm splitting it here. Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. That's that soul time card that kept coming out earlier. Yeah, we're going to need some type of portal, whether that's literal sleep, nap, meditation, time in nature, time in the garden, time immersed in water, bathing, bathtub stuff is really good, or if you have access to water. Um, there's musical notes on this card in that splashing water, and I'm so just the beauty of that coming out when we're talking about the ocean waves creating Mother Earth's hum, and now it comes out together. It's like conversations with Mother Earth. It's she's creating that white noise, and sometimes child's toys that have the frequency of the earth, the frequency of whale song. These are very insulating, and I believe that they're meant to replicate those sacred sounds. But perhaps when we can get below the not lucid, the resistant ego mind, when we can dip below into those deeper states, feeling that sense of manifestation of love from a place of magical love and communication with Mother Earth, she is showing us something here of Venus message from Venus. Venus and Mars have recently been together. It's a way that we're using our energy for development of greater compassion. Now let's get something a little bit more mundane so that we can apply this. I'm going to get a little bit more tarot out for the different signs. And might need to apologize to Aries if you missed it. I accidentally got right into the oracle cards for you and didn't do any tarot, but we'll get them right. It must have been what needed to happen that day. Let's see what comes out. What is Mother Earth trying to communicate to us? I'm getting a couple pops. Let's see. The one that comes up right face out. 6 of Shells. It's again something from the childhood. Sentiment and joy. It's connecting peacefully and in that insulating space, that womb type of space, that replication of the incubation phase, and our ability to rewire and redesign our chemistry is like the literally our ability to nest within Mother Earth, to rebuild and reconstruct ourselves as this light being embryo. Okay, Spirit, if you say. Queen of Feathers, perception and truth. I just had a wave over my third eye. I love it. It's gorgeous. So the ability for ourselves to nest back into that protected and connected place of joyful, celebratory protection, knowing that we are here to be the forerunners of the future, to nest in the sentiment of joy here, we are able to perceive those great depths of truth and honesty and light and love in our life. And isn't that the basis of our ability to relate appropriately with anyone else in our life, whether or not romantic, whether or not friend or foe, work or otherwise. King of Feathers, logic and justice. And look at that gorgeous lion with that aura. It's the radiance of I want to say, the radiance of solar gifts imbued, the golden light code activation frequencies that come through when we have those divine epiphanies from that heartfelt space of joy and truth and honesty. It lights us up. We know the way forward. And logic and justice. It's like getting what we deserve, knowing what we deserve, and radiating that forth is that electric lightning impulse that influences our world. It's like by being so incredible, it's like one of those plasma balls. When it has a source of energy, it's like boom, boom, enlightened. It's like, you are saved. It's like those pulses. Oh, look at that at the bottom. The ladybug, a sign of good luck. Five of Crystals is the Five of Pentacles, usually talking about loss. But in loss, our hands are reopened in redirection to be able to invite something new in. So it's persistence and new possibilities on the bottom of the deck. So whatever hasn't worked is sharpening our ability in our attraction pattern, in our alchemy, in our health and well-being, so that we do get what we're looking for. And here we have that beautiful, fast potential in the cheetah, waiting for the proper opportunity. But when they're not in great pursuit, the cheetah has no qualms about sitting up in a tree, basking in the sunlight, taking in nature. It's like some people talk about how cats can be so multidimensional. It's like they're here, but then they're just out sleeping. And this is Seven of Feathers, preparation and resourcefulness. This is sometimes the thief of the tarot. But in this deck, it's talking about the ability to be consistent and persistent in the pursuit of our goals. But when we are not in our best state of mind or emotionally, then being able to rest and replenish and renew. We got the rest and renewal. Over here, Garden of Venus. Yes, we need this. We need this reinvigorating time to be able to prepare, to utilize our resources. And some of those resources are only available when we align fully. Oh, there it comes. Here comes the sun. There's a song. 19, the sun, vitality and joy. So we have a double hit here on joy. I love it. And the hummingbird shows itself twice here, also in the Garden of Venus here. And for those who don't know, it's also a card representing my departed mother. And she's definitely here. I'm wearing all of her rings today. They're nothing special, but I brought her in, and here she is to help us all with these messages and to offer us that the sun is rising again. We are recognizing and being illuminated with these golden light codes, and so being open and available with the elementals, calling them in for healing, hearing some nature speaking. I was wondering what that noise was. Maybe somebody knows. But yeah, whale song, bird song. The hummingbird is very high vibrational, almost imperceptible. So maybe you feel overlooked, underappreciated. Well, the impact is always felt. Sometimes certain people that are out of resonance with that, they need it, but they cannot understand it. So that's okay. They're in a lower octave. That's okay. we're not going to lose ourselves in strategizing the wrong matters. Right now, we're strategizing our health, because I believe Lao Tzu was the one who is said to have said, if you want to change the world, change yourself. That's too many cards. Let's get some oracles and close us out. And then we're going to try to get those zodiac signs in so that we can read each zodiac's the way that you're each integrating the eclipse portal energies. All right, we're good here. Sun Tzu also said, there is no instance of a country having benefited from prolonged warfare. Listen, assess the mood, then talk when the time is right. If you have bad news to impart or a touchy situation to discuss, be aware of the mood of the person you are going to talk to. With practice, you should be able to gauge when someone will be resistant to your ideas and when they'll be open to your point of view and happy to find a resolution with you. So it looks like what we're talking about is, from the beginning, was some type of potentially tense situation. This doesn't always have to be conversations with Gaia. For everyone, this is related to our ability to declare our next step of the journey. So it's important to prepare our energies to manifest appropriately, and also to prepare ourselves to communicate effectively with other individuals, whether this is asking for a promotion or speaking to a loved one about some things that you're dissatisfied with and are really looking not to trigger them or to put them on defensive or to blame or project, but to come at this with healing in mind. And it looks like that this fortune's wheel is opening up for you with luck and right timing, if you're willing to embrace your courage and your capacity to pursue your desires from the place of creation, of vitality and joy. And I see a spider crawling across my magic card towards that king of feathers. There's a lot of mental energy that needs to be calmed and allow the dust to settle real quick before we get back into the crush and the rush of whatever has been putting the pressure on us. It may literally be the building of our dreams that's having us feeling like we're under the gun, so to speak, to prepare ourselves for the next leg of the journey. I have a couple things that I would love to close out this message sharing with you guys. I have started another YouTube channel in a previous year with my daughter, but there's so far as yet no content uploaded. Once we get our content uploaded, I hope to be sharing this here with us on the page. And it's all about the other things we're doing here on the earthly level: gardening, keeping poultry, doing some building projects, but hopefully with some idealistic and idealized practices that are more in alignment with Mother Earth and regenerative processes. So it's going to be our homestead information. And then we're going to go through also food, seed to harvest to preservation, seed saving, and full circle once again in how we work symbiotically with the animals here and the earth. So I'd love to hear some of your amazing plans and whatever you feel your calling is bringing you forward into this year, by advocating for your highest future and sharing it with like minds that will uplift and lend their energy forth to you as well. This is how we can protect our future. Some people, we'll share our dreams with them and they'll kind of look to crush them because of where they're at. They can't see the brilliance of simplicity and old time prospects that aren't with machinery, for instance. But shared with the right group, other individuals that are light bringers and light keepers, earth keepers, when they hear your words, will be like, yes, yes, all of this and better. I lend my energy to you and you to me. We share synergistically because we are not competing, we are cooperating and listening to the same channel. Thank you so much. I wish you so much peace and bliss in the manifestation of the next leg of your journey. Take care and check back later for more messages. Thanks.